ahead and take you through some of the dailies this Tuesday morning, and we'll start with New Telegraph. The lead story, insecurity, is the theme. IGP kicks against state police once NSCDC, FRSC merged under NPF. That's the Nigeria Police Force. So that is the big lead here. But beneath that lead story, UTME, YFG may peg varsity others entry age at 18 years by minister. So that gets your interest, then go ahead and have a look at it. Leadership toes the same line. State policing, IGP CSOs object as Tinubu, Jonathan, Abdulsalami give nod. Look at the riders, some of the riders for this particular story. We're ready to decentralize force presidency. IGP kicks once NSCDC, FRSC merge as police departments. Nigeria can't have internal security without state police. Jonathan Abdulsalami. So that is a thing here now. But look at blueprints. Also on the same subject matter, many of them will today, I reckon. Nigeria not yet ripe for state police, IGP declares. Okay. Daily Times, the same path. Nigeria not ripe for state police, IGP insists. Well, several writers now, I think. Okay, well, we'll come to that. Nigerian News Direct, also on the same theme, state police, Nigeria immature for implementation, will be abused by governors, ascribed to IGP. Seems to be hugging the headlines. This Nigeria, similar narrative, Nigeria not ripe for state police, IGP Egbetokun shoots down clamor. And then in the meantime, you see ex-President Jonathan, let's stop the debate. It's long overdue. We'll consider implications from multiple perspectives, says Tinubu. So that one you see right there. Vanguard, the same line, IGP kicks as ex-president, others back state police. Daily Independent, IGP Egbetokun disagrees with Tinubu, governors on state police. The writers here list several reasons why. Daily Trust, the same thing, IGP kicks as Jonathan, others canvass state police. But then you see beneath this Daily Trust story, terrorism, renew social contract with citizens, UN tells Nigeria others. Tinubu blames ransom, illegal mining. So the question then is, what are they going to do about that, or what are they doing about it? But differently. So The Guardian told a different path entirely, recapitalization. Insurers, banks compete for scarce funds under new NICOM. Yeah, but they also do focus on that IGP story. It's beneath that lead story here. The government considers 18 as minimum wage. Well, they also consider that IGP story, but equally important is this one. The government considers 18 as minimum age for admission seekers. That might interest you. So that is just some of the dailies here today. Okay, so almost all of them, bar one, not none. The Guardian. So they focus, insurance banks compete for scarce funds. So yes, we'll look at the issue of this state policing, which is not the first, not the last time that this will be. Everybody will have their take, expectedly, but some of the issues that are equally worthy of notes, particularly on the front page of The Guardian, several others are, look at this, it hits home. Cooking gas price spikes further as Nigerians struggle with food inflation. Now, it's almost like as though several people haven't been battered by this inflationary trend, appear to have just thrown up their hands in the air, just wondering who can save us from the vagaries of the economy, they wonder. Because this, we understand, is risen by 7.1%. So if you went to the markets yesterday to pick it up, and then you go again today, clearly you know that it will not be the same that you're going to get to. So
I'm actually now thinking about how much damage my gas is going to cost. And is it due? actually still worried about it.
So,
I'm sure a lot of the women out there who cook regularly are thinking about that. Wait, 7.1%.
Yeah, that's the challenge.
I think we got it about 12 or 14,000 recently.
Okay, so there you go. So maybe slightly different in some other areas, but now
it was high at the time. We don't want it higher.
14?
Okay. It was high at the time.
So now this is the challenge we've got here, and there are several questions about gas. And you know what they tell us behind the scenes, several of these the experts concerning this is that what we even get for the most part is associated gas. That means it's not that they're specifically the way they drill for oil, they're not going specifically for gas. So it's what you stumble across while they're going about their usual drilling and things like that. So you just make use of that. But we do have huge deposit of gas in the country. So where are the investments in that sector? If it's going to be the next big thing, why do we still have to bother about it? Well, I know it's the same thing that we have with petrol. We keep asking ourselves, we're a producer of this product. So what is in it for us really? Because why can't we have a system in place to ensure that if it's a natural resource, why do we have to almost like it's easier for camel to go through the eye of a needle than for us to get this product? And so huge questions about our management of some of these natural resources that we've been endowed with in this country. So I mean, I'd like to focus on the country. Let me not even go beyond to Africa and things like that. So who knows? And if this has happened again, this gas as a result of also struggling with food inflation, you know that as time goes on, we may have that again.
I'm going to have to look for alternatives to gas. I'm so worried about this.
What can the alternatives be?
Sawdust. Remember back then during the budget time?
How did they get the sawdust?
we had to do outside
tree felling.
I don't know.
So it's, ordinarily these are times where, that's why society, different things have got to work. If you had the Ivory Tower, they were doing lots of research.
Oh yes.
And they were funded properly.
Oh yeah.
You'd have somebody come up with some eureka idea, fantastic scenario wearing, but I know.
This monopoly wouldn't exist to push it down.
So it's the story of our lives.
It's the story of our lives in this country, and it's very disappointing. I think what stands out for me this morning in the papers is from the Leadership newspaper, and this one is going to affect us in the FCT as well. More on page 7 from the Leadership newspaper. The federal government is ordering the sale of discos managed by banks and AMCON within the next 3 months. Guess where AEDC is managed from? It's actually right there. The Abuja Electricity Distribution Company is currently under the management of the United Bank of Africa. Fidelity Bank and Afro-Exim Bank had in 2022 taken over the management of Benin Electricity Distribution Company, and Kaduna's own and Ibadan is under AMCON management.
It's a story worthy of at least a lot more reading, probably too between the lines, I might add. But I don't know, I mean, almost at the risk or point of saying, whatever government has to do to make sure you switch on and then power supply is steady.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. I don't think many people are very miffed about the high cost of electricity, but I think the honest truth is if it's available, people will pay. If I'm not having electricity, let it be because I couldn't afford to pay for it, as opposed to having to pay for something that I do not have, But more on that from page 7 of Leadership newspaper. But like you mentioned earlier, everyone is talking about that event that happened yesterday. Yeah. The IGP versus everybody else, including you who are watching right now. So we'll be talking more about it shortly.
It's almost as if everybody's going for his jugular here.
I don't think he's scared. He was very brave when he said it.
So, Andre, wait a minute, why is IGP against state police? They wonder, it's curious.
Well, he gave reasons,
Yeah, but they wonder, they thought...
corruption, being used for nefarious activities. And these are germane concerns.
So, does it then mean that the current policing structure as it exists now, if you search none of these things, they can't be found guilty of any one of this list, this long list on the IG's list?
was very telling hearing him say that yesterday, and it really caught. I remember I was doing something else, and the TV was on behind me. And the moment he said it, I literally stopped what I had to do, and I started looking. I was like, okay, it's not him. Someone is representing him. But the person was saying his words. That Mr. Ben, who was there, was reading out what the IGP said. And you know, we stay having a conversation in the office, and I was like, look, if the IG feels this way about it, are we going to make any headway in this regard?
Well, it's time for conversation about this matter. And the beauty about this in a democracy is that ideas have got to contend. And then the superior ones should have the day. So, bring it on. That's what we think here. So don't forget, you can also send us your thoughts ahead of time, because that is what we're going to talk about when we return in just a moment. So go on, get your keypads, whatever it is. We'd love to hear from you. We will be right back in a moment. Stay on with us.